Hello and welcome to Psychiatra, podcast by Student Council of School of Vedic Sciences and MIT-ADT University. I am your host for today, Nishant, and today we have a very special guest with us, Ekta ma'am. Hi, welcome ma'am. To introduce Ekta ma'am is not only a passionate mental health professional but also a curious learner and someone who believes that life smallest movement often hold the biggest joys. Her journey began at a school counselor where she discovered the quiet strength of just listening. After clearing UGC net, she continued to guide individuals through life's emotions, challenges, and now also wears the hat of dedicated educator. Outside her professional life, she finds joy in simple things, a good workout, a heartful conversation, and a warm cup of chai, or a beautiful sunset. What truly sets her apart in her love for people and her gift for creating meaningful connections. So, without wasting time, let us move to Ekta ma'am. Welcome, Ekta ma'am, to podcast.
Yes.
So, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling
The
good.
first
Great.
podcast.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start with first question.
Yeah.
Let's start with the beginning. Like, why did you choose psychology?
Okay. Okay. So I think I've always, since a child, I've always been a curious learner, I would say, and who used to love observing people.
Yeah.
But this one particular incident, I think, is like a major theme of my life. Back in the day, when I was almost in 8th or 9th standard, what happened was we were at one of the busiest railway stations, and that was, of course, Delhi's railway station. And I saw a little boy crying at the corner. And I was just like wondering why that is happening. And I observed something that some people were coming, they observed that child, but they then started walking. Some others were not actually observed also that child. Okay, and I kept telling my mom that like, why is it happening in this and that? And that period, I think I was just thinking about that incident for like a longer period of time. Then came 11th standard, where actually my vice principal introduced us about this subject called psychology, and out of just curiosity and interest, I was like, let's go for it, let's see how it goes. And that time when I was studying psychology in my 11th and 12th, I realized, oh my god, this is something called as bystander effect. Okay. And I realized, okay, that incident about that boy, it actually felt like my story got like a structure and a language. Apart from that, I also feel that it's just a space and my interest area where I felt like I want to make a career. That's about it.
Like, we also felt that after I am also a psychology student, so we learn new things and apply it on ourselves in our life. That incident happened in our life, and then we connect that, oh, this is called as this effect, or like you taught us stress. Yeah. And before this podcast, we both feeling that stress. Yeah. So moving on to next question. Counseling such a core part of your work. What does counseling personally means to you?
Okay. What it personally means to me, okay. So I would say that counseling to me is like holding up a mirror, not to show exactly what's wrong with people, but I would say what's real within them that comes out. And this is where like a little bit of reflection comes out from the client's perspective. I would also say that like counseling to me is like sort of like a very sacred, safe, non-judgmental space where like clients come and they share like very deep thoughts, challenge their own fears. And I would also say that like it's that space where they find their inner strength. When a client is coming for counseling, at the very first session they're very scared, but over a period of time they become also comfortable with the counselor, and the entire process only is so personal and so interesting to me. That's why I just always felt like I think this is something I would like to continue.
Like you like it from your like
Yes.
that incident that happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Could you also share a bit your academic background, like from which college did you complete your bachelor's and master's?
Okay, I've done my bachelor's honors from Symbiosis College of Arts and Commerce, Pune again, and master's also I've done from Pune, which is SP College, Pune basically. Okay. And after that I started working here and there.
Okay. So, as a mental health professional, often face certain challenges. Have you ever faced any problems or misconceptions about being a counselor?
Okay. Absolutely. Lot of misconceptions, I would say. One of the biggest misconception I've always faced until now is that counselors have it all figured out. As in, they're always calm, they're wise, their life is all figured out, they don't have any problems in their life. But we also feel, we cry, we also heal, I think just like everybody else. Another also misconception I've faced is that counseling is about giving advices and fixing somebody's life. I think that is far from reality, because what I have understood is that you need to provide that kind of a space where the person just can be herself or himself, and that's when I think the true self comes out. Also, one of the other misconception if I would like to talk about is, whenever somebody comes to me, the person says that, you are a counselor, are you psychoanalyzing me right now? So, and then I go with a nervous laughter and I say that, like, only if you can pay me. So, but apart from that, I feel that all these small instances, these misconceptions gives us sort of an opportunity for me to clarify, to psychoeducate the student, and also to tell them what psychology is and what psychology isn't. So I think that's where the main part comes in. And I think if I would like to make this little bit of mental health and mental well-being a very humane experience, very normalized experience, then I think I would take up this challenge.
Like it's stereotypes about being a counselor.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. Okay. You are also part of teaching faculty at
Yeah.
SVS. How has that experience been? Like you are right now a teaching faculty there.
Okay, so I think because I cleared my NET examination, and that's how I entered teaching. But I would say my teaching experience had been one of the most profound experience of my life. I started with third years. I started teaching third years for the first time. That's when I realized that I'm really passionate about teaching other than counseling. I think that was one of the interesting areas that came up in my life. I also try to create at least that sort of an environment in the class where everyone feels heard and valued. Sometimes we do talk about, other than academics, we do talk about life, about career, mental health in general, because I think that counselor part also comes in me. And yeah, I think teaching at MIT had been very great for me up until now.
Like how do you make connection with students?
So connections in the sense that sometimes what happens is that a student wants to talk to me, but of course we need to complete our syllabus, this and that. So I try to stick to the syllabus in the lecture, but outside the lecture, if somebody is approaching me, I try to make that person feel valued and heard. And that's where I feel that, okay, I think I'm doing a good job.
Yeah. So looking ahead, where do you see our psychology club after 5 years?
Okay. So I became the faculty coordinator, I think 1 year back, and I've seen psychology club grow immensely. There is this fest called as Persona Fest, which happens every year, and I've seen students also coming to the psychology club members and asking where is the Psychon game happening and where is the escape room happening. All of these things we conduct in Persona Fest, right? And I also had talked about with my colleagues about what psychology club used to look like and how it is right now. But I think coming down to 5 years, after 5 years, I feel it's going to be a huge movement, and every conversation around mental health, whatever, like mental health conversations, rallies, so many workshops, seminars. I also see that psychology club meeting hands with lot many professionals and conducting lot many health rallies, I would say, mental health rallies especially. And also I've observed that like we are starting to open this sort of club with other members from MIT SVS also. So that sort of gives an opportunity to other students to come and be a part of psychology club. To not just learn about psychology, but in general about life also.
Yeah, next year psychology club is opening for the university itself.
Yes.
So it's a big upcoming like news that we give from our podcast.
Yes.
So, and of course your big milestone in your journey cracking the UGC NET exam. How did you prepare for it?
Okay, I would say preparing for NET exam was just not about doing some sort of hard work, but rather than I went with smart work. What I mean by smart work is I used to have like a register called as miscellaneous book, where if I never come across any sort of topic in psychology, I used to write that topic in miscellaneous book. Other than that, I have had mind maps and flashcard regarding each and every topic. And no matter, even if I didn't feel like studying some days, I still was very consistent. Also, other than that, I also felt that revision was like the basic key. I looked for previous year question papers, like max to max. I went back and looked around 5 to 6 years back question papers. That helped me a lot. And flashcards. At the end of the, when the exam was near, I just looked for the flashcards, mind map, all these revision, miscellaneous book. So that sort of helped me a lot, I would say.
And to all our listeners, thank you for turning to Psychiatra. Don't forget to follow, share, and stay connected with us. More insightful episode. Until next time, take care and keep going. Thank you.
Thank you.